Let's go, Gap Mastermind. Let's get this ball on the roll. Let's get this gun in the show. Let's get this ball on the roll. I don't know how it goes, but all I know is this. The people who are on this call are going to be a little different because we're going to do Gap Mastermind a little bit differently today. I need you guys to liven up, get your cameras up. Let's get in here, stay focused because this thing right here, I figured this out 15 years ago. I'm going to share a story with you guys that really changed my life. And I think a lot of people suffer from this one thing. And it's I understand. In fact, I'm going to give everyone grace on this call because I think everybody's reaching up, trying to get to another level. And there's this anchor that's holding them back. And it's the question mark, right? So I want you guys to imagine for me, just everybody pay attention. I want you to imagine your typical question mark and kind of put that in your mind, bam, with a little dot underneath it. And here's what it looks like. In the beginning, you get excited about real estate and you've got all these questions and the question mark is there and you're asking yourself, can I do it? What should I do? How should I do it? When should I do it? Blah, blah. And then what happens is that question mark starts to lean back, right? And you start getting some more information, which what happens when you get more information, you actually have more questions, right? And then that question mark kind of leans back. And at some point, the question mark kind of turns around and holds itself on the ground and enters into the ground, which holds you back from doing anything because you have too much information. We go to too many classes, we have too many podcasts. And, Gary Keeler's wrote a book about the power of one thing, which, by the way, if you want to write your own book, just go and ChatGPT and write me a book. The reality is we have so much information that we're really paralyzed. So I kind of want to walk you through the ideology of a 30-day run, a run on the one thing that you're going to do better than you ever have before, and allow yourself to challenge yourself to kind of just do something or do nothing. And sometimes it's okay to do nothing. Like maybe you're doing well right now. Maybe you're going to coast a little bit. Maybe you're okay with that. But this next decision that you got to make, you got to write this down. Write this one thing. Either this decision is going to be something or it's nothing. And we've all made decisions in the past where it's nothing. It turned out to be. We thought it was exciting. We thought we were in it. We're going to do this. And it was nothing. And I'm going to give you guys some tools to kind of use to be able to take 2025 and run it into something. You see, a lot of you guys know that I'm into AI right now. I love me some AI. And I coined a phrase about not really a year ago, about 7 months ago, of how to use AI the right way. And it's a cool tool, but most people are still using it like Google, and they have an elementary level relationship with their GPT. And what I'm going to advance you guys to is what I call the chain of curiosity. The chain of curiosity. And what that means is, like, if you ask ChatGPT for information, it'll give it to you. It'll give you a little bit. It'll probably even give you some solutions. It might even ask you, hey, how would you like me to send this to you? Would you like this also? Would you like this? Because it understands the power of a focused thought. If you ask GPT for one thing, you're going to get an elementary answer, right? Like, hey, what's the strategy for doing open houses? It's going to give it to you. But the chain of curiosity is to keep asking it questions. What could I do even better? What are the best open house agents in the world doing? What could I do to make sure that my visitor is signing into my open house? What extra value could I give to my my potential clients as they walk into my home? What's great about this community? Why would a buyer want to buy in this community? What big projects are happening in this area that I could tell the buyers who are coming into this area so I can wow them with expertise? The truth of the matter is people are in awe of experts who give their opinions, right? We've already had the expert on everything in ChatGPT. Like we can literally get unlimited answers by going in there. What we don't have in this world right now is opinions. So figure out some information, have a value, give beliefs about the area, and share that energy and transfer that energy and give the consumer certainty. But no matter what's the one thing you're going to choose, I want you to ask and ask and ask. If you're not asking at least 5 questions deep about your one thing, you're losing the opportunity. Go 7, go 8, go 10. And then here's what I want you to do. When you establish your one thing, and again, your one thing could be, hey, I'm going to be a luxury agent. I'm going to be an investor agent. I'm going to pride myself in taking advantage of open houses. I'm going to be a listing agent. I'm going to be a buyer's agent, right? Which all of those will reach your success if you just do that one thing and you live and die on your one thing. For me, early on, it was just like I am not a very social person. I am kind of a hermit. I don't have a lot of friends, and all my friends were broke. So with all my friends being broke, I couldn't sell homes. My family was going to starve if it depended on me selling to my sphere of influence. Some of you guys are great networkers. Some of you guys have great friends. Some of you guys have rich friends. You could sell to them all the time. I didn't have that option. So I had to go put my credit card out there and buy leads. And guess what? I found friends online and I made them my friends and I found out how I could help them, right? And I just made my one thing. I'm going to call every single day. I didn't have ChatGPT. It's like, hey, listen to my calls. What could I do better on these calls? Hey, pretend you're a buyer who came to a website and I'm calling you, asking you my script. Hey, just curious, are you looking to buy in the next 3 months or are you just browsing? And I want you to act like a rude buyer. Like, allow me to role play with you. Allow me to go through. Here's my scripts. How can I do this even better? What I'm asking you guys to do is to be an expert in one thing. What I'm asking you guys to do is to interrogate your AI to help you as a partner in your business. When you go through your chain of curiosity and you just continue to ask questions, what's going to happen is you're going to create a project on your AI that you can continue to go back to, continue back to. Here's the things I would want to make sure. Now that I'm looking to become an expert, AI, whatever your AI's name, mine is named. Hey, Nia, I want to be an expert in open houses. For the next 30 days, give me one activity to do per day that I can execute, right? Print that out. Create a flyer for yourself on AI, giving you your daily activities. Make it pretty. Print it out. Put it in color. Choose your color. But go deep. I am going to be a luxury agent. I am going to be a commercial agent. And then build a plan. Be super focused. In fact, when you see that podcast, or you're listening to Netflix, or you're watching YouTube, like I watch a lot of YouTube, like if you're not watching something that solidifies your identity, you're stealing energy away from your dream. I want you to be super focused. I watch an AI video every single day on how I can integrate AI into my real estate business, how I can become a better leader, how I can better run my team, how I can be a better husband. AI, 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 AI. I probably put now thousands and thousands of hours in consuming information. But you know what's funny? All I had to do was trade away some Netflix time. All I had to do was couple some other things I'm doing. So drinking my coffee, taking my vitamins, I'm watching some AI classes. I want to make sure that every single day, at least on the input, I'm putting in some time to add to my skill level, right? I'm playing with new tools. Have a curiosity chain built for your identity that you're working on in 2025. If there's ever been a gap mastermind where you need to make a decision, it's what you're going to put after I am a, because that's going to be the hallmark for the next few months, next year, of what you can do. And as you continue to go down that path, and I'm going to keep using that open house strategy for a second, what's going to happen is the algorithms are going to work for you. Like, don't believe already the algorithms work in a way is like they're constantly trying to capture attention. You start looking up open house videos, you're going to find people who are doing it at a high level who are showing off their stuff on YouTube. If you're going in there as a luxury agent, you're going to find stuff in there, which, by the way, you go to exptoolkit.com/luxury and you can find all the toolkit stuff for luxury. There's like, I don't know. I was surprised. Like, I used to think there was like 3 toolkits. This morning, I found out there's 8 toolkits available. We've got a rev share toolkit. We've got a co-sponsoring toolkit. We've got a seller toolkit, a buyer toolkit. We've got an agent attraction growth toolkit. There's all these toolkits in different languages available for you. Choose one. Choose one, ladies and gentlemen. Choose one thing that you're going to go hard on, like you're really going to go deep on. And it doesn't take long to be an expert. To be very frank with you, like it may take people 10 years to be an expert by just doing things, but you can be a market expert in a few days. Go. We just learned that the other day on one of the Gap Masterminds. He's like, hey, if I'm going to dominate this market, I'm going to get a bicycle. I'm going to walk the neighborhood. I'm going to talk to neighbors, and I'm going to look at all the souls. I'm going to look at all the active, all the pendings, and I'm going to construct a story that I am the agent for this neighborhood. I am the resource for this neighborhood. I am the only person you want to use because I know this neighborhood intimately better than anyone else. There's so many things you can choose. Choose one. I see agents dominating on video. I see agents dominating on door knocking still to this day. That's all they get all their business from door knocking. I know people dominate on networking. Choose one. Don't come onto these calls looking for answers. Don't look for more question marks that will end up anchoring you down into indecision. I want to change those question marks to deliberate questions on the one topic you wanting to find out. All we're doing today is opening your funnel. Today, you're going to take your funnel. You're going to say, okay, of all the infinite things I've seen, you already have a lot of the answers. A lot of you are like, well, I don't know what to do. I see a lot of other people getting success. And what happens is that the reason why a lot of people are getting success is that they're doing the second thing or the third thing or the fourth thing of their one thing. They're on their fifth thing, seventh thing. They're on their 50th thing of their one thing, right? I see it a lot of times when people get their first listing and they get obsessed with that listing, right? And they're looking for what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? What can I do? But they're thinking about that one listing rather than thinking about like their one thing, right? Their one thing. Hey, if I'm going to be a listing agent, like it has to be more than just this listing. What else can I do to show every seller that I am the only one they want to choose? And what I want you to do is you have an infinite partner and go down the chain of curiosity and work that through your ChatGPT. I can't stress this enough. Ask your ChatGPT, what are the dollar productive activities I can be doing today to generate more business in my one thing? Make sure your ChatGPT knows what your one thing is. Label it, right? Ask it for reminders. How are we doing on this? What other activities can I do? You go through a 30-day calendar of activities, you're so much farther along the curve than the average agent. For those of you guys that got to watch Nick Krem a couple of days ago, he said the only agents that will survive this business are agents that are using AI, but are getting intimately aware of what's going on. It's changing. You saw how fast we shifted from a market where we thought we knew what we were getting paid to we had to decide what we're going to get paid and have somebody sign for it. And everybody was like, oh, this is going to be impossible. This is the end. Dude, we don't even think about that anymore. Hey, by the way, here's your buyer agreement. You need to sign this. This is how much I get paid, right? We don't even think that through. In fact, we laugh at agents who don't do that now because they're like, wait a minute, there is no commission. Until you actually negotiate a commission, there is no commission, right? Like we laugh at agents who don't keep up because they won't be in the business much longer. You need to be focused right now. We need to be focused on figuring out what are we bringing to the consumer, how are we bringing that information to the consumer, and how can I be the absolute best agent in one thing. Now, here's what I had to realize. Because a lot of you guys might be knuckleheads like I used to be. I was a knucklehead because I was pretty good at a lot of different things. So I would go from this to that, to that, to this, because I saw somebody making money. Not all money is your money. Find your one thing, get really, really good at it, and you'll have unlimited amount of resources for you. Because someone else isn't going to choose open houses. Somebody else isn't going to choose prospecting. Somebody else isn't going to choose door knocking. And it'll leave the lane available for you. But if you're a dabbler right now, you're going to get crushed by the market. And even if you don't get crushed by the market, worse than that, you'll survive. To be honest with you, that might be sometimes it'd be better for you to get crushed in the market than just be a survivor, do just enough deals to make it into enough next year. I don't want that for you. I want you to thrive. I want people to be looking at you, Lisa, and saying, holy crap, this Lisa, what happened to her? All of a sudden, she's crushing it. And what happens is then that makes you super sexy for agent attraction. They're like, well, whatever Lisa's doing, I want to do. And what's great about this chain of curiosity, you can literally sit down next to somebody and say, hey, listen, let me show you the way. Let me show you the decision I had to make. Let me show you the chain of curiosity I had to do and go 30 days on doing dollar productive activities in my chosen specialization. We all know specialists get paid more, right? The doctor you see for your regular checkups doesn't get paid as much as the specialist he recommends you to, right? And the more specialty you have, the more money you get paid, right? So the reality is, you've got to become a specialist in something. For me, it was prospecting. I got really, really good at prospecting because I knew that my kids were going to be skinny unless I figured this shit out. I knew that I was going to have to go to the pawn shop and pawn more stuff, to be very frank with you, unless I figured this out. And what I found out in my specialty was I was able to bridge the gap between what people desired and making it a reality. I was able to bridge the gap from my idea that they came through that wasn't fully thought through and help them materialize that idea. Most people came to me, they were just leads and they were like, oh, I'm just looking online. I'm just thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. Great, let's think together. And I would ask them questions and I would ask them questions, which would allow them to start thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. And then what happened was that idea became something that they could sit down with me and we could articulate together and make that idea into an actual plan. And once we built the plan, we just executed the plan. And that's what I really got good at, was going through and bridging the gap between them, just clicking, 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 and hanging up on me all the time until I got to the right person that was willing to share their dream with me. And brother, once they shared their dream with me, it was over. I was going to get them to the finish line. What's the one thing you're going to do? What are you going to say I'm not going to do anymore? Right? I believe, I think right now, like, it doesn't even matter what you choose. It doesn't. Like, I get people all the time say, oh, I want to be a listing agent. And great. There's a lot of pain in being a listing agent. I want to be a buyer's agent. Guess what? There's pain there too. I want to be a luxury agent. I want to be a commercial agent. Choose your pain and love it. Or choose the pain of a 9 to 5 job, because that's your other option. I don't think anybody here subscribed to that. So I'd like to find out and kind of mastermind with you guys today about your one thing. And I just want to kind of think tank with you, right? So today what I want to do is actually really go through and explore what's your one thing, and as a group together, help each other out on going deep on that one thing. What are the chain of curiosity? What questions do we have to ask? What things should they consider? What tools and resources to do? Because you know what, in a true mastermind, we're all going through this together. So if anybody's got the courage to kind of just to share with me, hey, what's the one thing? And maybe you're not even great at it yet, right? And that's totally okay. It actually would be better if you're not, because I'd love to kind of work with you on your story and kind of follow up with you and kind of see you win. But what are you willing to make a decision on going hard for 30 days? I invite you to jump in. Raise your hand if you got something. Go ahead.
Hey, Gil.
I heard a little beep. Go ahead.
All right. So I immediately went to chat, since I'm always consulting with chat and everything. My life is in here. And I asked chat, what is the one thing that I should focus on to just to drive me to greater success? And it shared with me, relentlessly focus on multiplying your leadership influence every single day. And then it tells me why. And gives me a lot of information, good information to get started with. But I thought that was interesting. That's the one thing that chat said I should work on.
Okay, so in the chain of curiosity, what would be the next question that you could ask it?
Okay.
Right? And remember, your
Yeah.
ChatGPT is already learning about you. They're already seeing some things about you, right? So, like, what would make me a better leader today? What book should I be reading for me specifically, based on what you know about me? What should I be reading? What can you tell me about that book? I'll be honest with you. I'm actually moving away from reading books right now.
Mm.
If you guys haven't done this before, ask your ChatGPT to summarize a book for you, and then ask it questions about the author. Why does the author think this way? What led to that? What led to that? Right? What are the book? What other ideas does this author share in his other books that would be valuable for me? What are the top 3 things that I need to know about this book? What kind of is there an assignment you could give me? Could you give me a workbook for that book? Right? Like, maybe you've never read The Compound Effect, one of my favorite books in the world.
Mm.
Tell me about the compound effect. What are 3 things that I should know about the compound effect that I could do in my real estate business right now? ChatGPT is allowing us to shorten the amount of time it takes to be an expert. For years and years and years, we said it was 10 years. It might take you 6 months now. You could literally go through 60, 80, 100 books in a few weeks and go through a book. And by the way, not only just read the book, but do actionable items on every book. Like after I read book with ChatGPT as my reading partner, I ask it to give me questions like, what are the activities I should be doing based on the stuff that this book is teaching? Give me 3 things based on what you know about me. Now, ChatGPT knows everything about me. He knows I have 6 kids. I got a real estate team. He knows all the people in my team. I upload all my stats into ChatGPT. I put all my information. I wanted to know everything. It has access to my Instagram, so it can see all the videos I've ever made. It has access to like even global alliance tools. Like I make sure it knows everything about me, right? So when I ask it a question like, what should I be doing today to elevate my agents? It'll subsection topics for me and say, hey, listen, if you're working with your team today, here's the 3 things you probably should get them to work on based on what's happening in the market trends right now. Are you kidding me? You guys have incredible tools, but you got to go through the chain of curiosity. Go deep. So what I would ask you, Rebecca, is like, what's the next question you got to ask it based on leadership? Like, what are the books that are right for me? What activity could I do today? What theory should I be mastering? Like, write that in there. What theory of leadership do I need to master to elevate my real estate agents? I'd be curious to hear what theory it has, right? What skill do I need to?
Okay.
And then just go through chain of curiosity. Those agents that win are following that. They're going deeper. We used to have to go to our buddy or our uncle or like our broker and ask him questions, and we get like incomplete answers. You get to go through and get all the answers you want. And for those of you guys who follow this process, I want you to mentally realize that question mark that's kind of dug in the ground, you can turn that around and start going like this and just point that in direction. You can literally change the projection from a question mark, bam, into getting your business in full mode. Who's ready to make a decision? Who's ready to explore deep on a chain of curiosity together?
I am.
Go ahead. Who's I am?
Lucy.
Lucy. So what is the identity you're trying to create for this month?
The identity that I'm looking to create for this month?
Well, it shouldn't be just for this month, but like what identity are you working on? We want to embrace and enforce.
Becoming a scaler versus a builder. So I've literally been studying that, and here's what I realized. So you said, what's the one thing that you must focus on? I must focus on the things that are going to keep me scaling versus building. And one of the things that I realize is that I cannot scale with the same mindset or even the same people that I built, right? So I've been racking my brain on that and just really like literally brainwashing myself or becoming conscious. It's not even brainwashing, it's becoming aware. And so what I must do to become a scaler, which is a grower, and reach that peak performance is I must have 25 very high level conversations with new people every week. Like every week I have to be hunting for new people to attract, new people to hire, new people to create partnerships with, everything that has to do with scaling. And even today I was telling my staff, I said, don't ask me basic elementary questions because I will not be responding. I have divorced from the person I used to be because I cannot afford to stay where I've been. It's been good. I've accomplished a lot. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot, but I'm done. I'm done at that level. I'm done in that season. I'm done in that place. So I must have high level conversations and meet new people, talk to new people. My voice has
so let's go deeper on that, Lucy, right? So, and here's where the chain of curiosity would come into place, right? So maybe you go through and you take some stats from your marketplace and you upload it into ChatGPT, right? And you find 50 agents and you put his numbers, volume, listing side, buyer side, blah blah. If you need help with that list, I would work with the director of growth to get you a list from Market View Broker or something of that nature. Find 25 people and just go in your MLS and ask ChatGPT to give you a question to ask each person. Let's say, for instance, I pulled a list over here in Winter Garden, Florida, right? Here's how I would start. I was like, well, give me a good question to ask them. And you might want to go in from a different style. Like you could go and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for quotes, and I want to include you in this quotes that I'm going to be sending out on social media from the top agents in the marketplace. Can I ask you a question? You did $13 million last year in volume in this city. If there's a quote you believe in, like that I could share and give you credit for, what would it be? Now, if you pick up the phone and you call people like that and you ask them for that, it would be something that will allow you to kind of get a real answer. Man, it's pretty blah, blah, blah. Can I think about this? Whatever, like that. And then they tell you that quote is like, well, man, how long have you thought about that? How does that drive your business? Blah, blah. I was like, man, it's like, you seem like an interesting person. I'd love to connect with you further. I was like, I'm going to put this up on my social media and I'm going to quote you. Is that okay? Perfect. Like, and what that happens is like, you start getting your 25 people. And then I would ask for ChatGPT to give me more questions. I asked this person, like, what could I be? Like, I would like, maybe one of the questions you might come up with in ChatGPT is like, how could I be of value to this agent? Right.
Right.
And that might be just the question you ask that agent. Hey, just out of curiosity, I'm always looking for ways to elevate all the agents around me. And I was like, if there's one thing that you believe could help you in your business, what are you suffering the most in? And just take notes of it. Take notes of it. Mm-hmm. And then as you take notes and you go through all your 25 people, now you've got 25 problems, right? Hey, here's the answer that Brad told me, right? Based on his numbers, based on his relation, what would be a great resource? What would be an article I can send them? I can say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I saw this article. What do you think about it? Like, and just continue to go down that chain of curiosity, right? This chain of curiosity will give you a great follow-up.
That's cool.
I really believe that, like, well, you guys already know I believe this because you've heard me say it 1,000 times, right? Curious people make more money. So what I want you to do, Lucy, for you is I want you to go through and find out those 25 agents you're going to target, give ChatGPT all the information and ask it, what would be a great question? What would be a great question to ask? And if you don't like that, what would be even better? In fact, give me 5 questions I can ask him, right? What do you think the challenge is that this agent's going to have? What do you think? What could I celebrate about this agent, right? And you'll be surprised with the data points that it has. It's going to be able to look at, well, you know what? He did 13 million, but he only did, he did 10 million of it in these 4 months. Well, that's going to give me, I might be like, well, what happened in those 4 months? Hey, I want to ask you a question. It's like, it might be kind of odd, but you went 7 months, you did 2 deals. And in these 4 months, you did like 11, 14 deals. Like, what happened in those? And start building a little bit of communication with that agent, right? So for you, you're an agent attractor, you're trying to scale. For you, it's about getting more people that you can talk to that are outside of your normal scope. Mm-hmm. And what a great way to celebrate agents in your marketplace and find out their quote.
Love it. Thank you. That's awesome.
Who else wants to go deeper on this? Like, tell me what you're working on. Tell me your identity, and let's just go deep. Let's go on a chain of curiosity on what we can do to go at a higher level. And I don't have all the answers, but my chat GPT does. So does yours. But I'd like to just play around with it right now.
I nominate Eli.
Is he here?
Yes.
I am here, but I am sick and my hair's a mess and I look terrible. So no camera. I'm sorry.
My hair's a mess. I can't believe you said that.
You know what? That's an excuse, isn't it?
It just seems like it. I mean,
I'm terrible. I am sick as a dog, but we are here. How can I help?
I'm just curious, man. What's your identity right now? I've kind of seen your identity shift a few different times. Like, and I'm curious, like, we go from this spot where we're an agent, we kind of figure things out, and we're like, okay, well, what else can I do? And then what else can I do? And what else can I do? And you've kind of gone through a lot of what else can I do, right? Like, what's your identity right now for your growth? What are you trying to accomplish right now? Like this month, this rest of this year, and let's just explore like some chain of curiosity with ChatGPT as far as how we can help you.
That's a deep question for me, man. Because 12 months ago, I took the position as director of EXP Puerto Rico, and it's been a ride. It's been a ride. It's had a lot of positives, had a lot of negatives, and I actually just sat down 3 weeks ago. I sat down with Veronica and had a night of figuring out what brings me joy? And I think that's a question that we don't ask enough. I think it's easy to ask ChatGPT, you know, what can I do to grow my business? What can I do to make more money? What can I do to close more deals? But it actually took Veronica to sit down with me and said, well, you're a real estate agent in Houston, and you're doing real estate deals in Puerto Rico, and you're living in Florida, and you're director of Puerto Rico, and it all sounds great, and people love, oh, you're doing so much, but what brings you joy? And that what brings you joy made me shut down my business in Florida, made me we're moving towards shutting down our business in Houston and focusing only on our business in Puerto Rico, because that's what brings me joy. And the second thing that brings me joy is helping my downline partners grow their business, which I've kind of abandoned the last 12 months. So I don't know if this is helping, but I think that's a question that's really brought me clarity. And if I'm going to sit down with ChatGPT today, the question is going to be, okay, now that I've decided these are my roles, right? I am director of EXP Puerto Rico, and I am the leader or guide of my downline partners. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. My hair looks great. Yeah.
First off, your hair looks fucking great. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, man. Like, you know what's
That's terrible,
funny?
man.
Yeah. Well,
Terrible. It looks
first off, it looks
terrible,
great.
but it looks good.
Thank you.
I asked ChatGPT, and I thought it was a stupid question for me to ask ChatGPT. I asked GPT, what brings me joy? Now that seems like a personal question, like that my ChatGPT would not be able to answer. Here's what ChatGPT said. ChatGPT said, Gil, you love, and put this in bold print, watching people level up. Because of your influence, especially when someone finally gets it and changes their life, that's like crack for your soul. The good kind, not the felonious kind. My ChatGPT has a little bit of spunk to it. The second thing that makes you joy is family wins, watching your kids succeed, laugh, grow, seeing your wife chase new dreams. That's like the heart doing backflips in a Ferrari.
So, wow.
Now it's
I
starting to
just
scare
asked
me, right?
mine.
Right?
Yeah.
Building teams, wealth, legacy, systems, watching something compound because you started to bring the joy of a creator and a craftsman of life. Personal progress, crushing a workout, mastering a new piece of tech, hitting new financial milestones, being even 1% better than yesterday lights your fire. Teaching, not lecturing. That moment where you transfer belief to someone else and they light up, that's your gig. And it's an adventure and freedom. And wow, that's ridiculous. Freedom of choice, freedom to invest, freedom to spend time where it matters, freedom to dream. So damn big, you scare normal people. Like, that's the relationship you should have with your ChatGPT, that it knows enough about you, because like the truth of the matter is that it becomes a partner with you. Now, next question would be is like, what can I do today? What kind of magical moments could I create today? And I'm going to go through a chain of curiosity. And you know what's going to happen? It's not going to tell me something I don't know, but it's going to remind me not only who I am, because all the things that it just said there is who I am, which is crazy lie to think, like, how does ChatGPT know me so well? Probably knows me better than my wife at this point. Like, that's the truth. Like, it intimately understands everything that's on you in your digital world. Like, think about the digital footprint that you have, Eli. Like, go ahead and put your Facebook and Instagram, or ask just, hey, ChatGPT, go check out my Instagram page. It's daga daga daga. Here's my Facebook page. Daga daga. Explore that and tell me a little about myself. I actually asked ChatGPT not too long ago, based on everything you know about me, create a vision board for me. Create an action plan for me to reach that vision board. This chain of curiosity, I'm going to tell you, as a child, my father gave me this book called Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich, to me right now, it didn't stick with me the way it sticks with me now. Because literally right now, you can be curious and be rich. You can think and grow rich. You can think of an idea and execute it right now with your ChatGPT. And right now, you guys have, like, to be honest with you, like, the majority of the people don't know how to use ChatGPT yet. And frankly, many people will never learn it the way we will learn it. You have an intimate opportunity to be a forerunner. Remember, ChatGPT didn't exist, was October, November last year? That's when it came out, right? And Microsoft went up like $300 per share. This is revolutionary. You guys are first adopters on this. And you have an opportunity to be an athlete in real estate with the muscles and power and the mindset of an elite agent. All you got to do is go through this chain of curiosity. Keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. What would bring me joy? How can I incorporate my kids on my family calendar? Put up my calendar. Like, am I touching everybody? What are the power? What? Here's what you need to know about these three, my 6 kids. But these 3 kids specifically, or this kid here, and blah blah blah. Can you make sure I have a calendar where I do have one touch event with them 8 per month? That's a magical moment. Like, make it your point this month to create an identity and go through a chain of curiosity to support your identity, and give yourself an activity every single day that's going to, one, recognize it, that that's what you're doing, but more importantly, give you an action of what you're going to do to support that belief. This can't be understated. This is not the gap mastermind of like, yeah, it's growth, action, and productivity, right? We got to feed our mind first so we can take the right action. We cannot go through the day without knowing who we are and what we want to accomplish. The who comes first. Who are you? How can I support that? How can I make that even better? Go through the chain of curiosity of whatever it's going to be. You know, my ChatGPT knows my beliefs. I would implore you guys, all of you guys, just open up your advanced voice mode and say, and just leave it going on. And just say, here's what I believe. And just tell it everything you believe. Intimately. Let it to get to know you. It knows my beliefs. I actually transferred a bunch of my notes, like from my, I don't know, I guess you could call it like a diary thought process that I go through. I've been doing it for years and like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to upload this because I wanted to know how to support me. I wanted to know how I think and how I can enhance my thinking. In my mind, I think to myself, what if I, I never thought I was the smartest person in the room, right? In fact, growing up, I actually got put into an advanced class, and I was the dumbest kid in the class, and it was like so far. The girl who graduated in my 6th grade class was Mina High, and she ended up having 4 PhDs, and she's a rocket scientist and everything else. And in my yearbook, she wrote, "When I think of you, I think of drip, drip, drip." And it took me years to figure out that she was calling me Chinese water torture. Like, these people thought at a different level, but now I can catch up. Like, I can play chess against Mina High if I want to using my ChatGPT. Like, no one can compete with me and my ChatGPT at my side. But you got to take some action with it. It can't just be full of ideas. It can't be just a question mark. It'll hold you back. Ask your ChatGPT to give you something to do every single day, Ike. It's no longer time to watch. It's time to do. I mean, we're coming into the 5th month of the year 2025. Create your partner. Take some action. Anybody else want to share something? I do want to take a little, just raise your hand. I'll come back to you, but I do want to take a moment to give you something to reward yourself for. I want you guys to believe to the spot that the next 3 months are going to be the best months of your life, because you're going to take some action today to identify who you are and give yourself some dollar productive activities every day to do. And have such belief that, you know what, see, I'm going to reward myself at the end of the summer, and I'm going to go to buildatsea.com, and I'm going to go hang out on an awesome boat with some awesome people, and I'm going to write this luxury cruise off, right, as a write-off for my business, and just make a commitment. Go to buildatsea.com and join us. We've got some incredible speakers. My boy Nick Krem's going to be there. He's the father of AI real estate. If AI is something you really, really want to get to know intimately, there's going to be classes there. So, and we're going to have breakout sessions all throughout the day for people who want to get deeper on their one thing. What I would tell you is that this is the year for greatness. This is the year where I think about, like, you think about the top, 100 agents in the marketplace that are like, who've been in the business for 10, 20 years. Like, most of their fame came from the last time that this time of the market happened, right? Like, I think myself and Veronica, we came out of, like one of the worst markets ever, and we somehow survived and thrived through it. You guys have survived this market. It's time to thrive now. Like, you're gonna blink and shit's gonna change. I literally had an agent call me up in a coaching call recently and started the conversation like this. I was like, "Well, tell me about your business." Eli, you'll laugh about this. He says to me, "Donald Trump is ruining my business." I said, did he come in and like tell all your sellers to say no to you? Did he turn off your phone? Like, what are you doing? He was like, "Oh, these tariffs." And let me educate you a little bit. The truth of the matter is, The last 6 times we've had a recession, out of the 5 of those 6 times, prices have gone up. Of the last 6 times we've had a recession, interest rates have gone down. Like, we're going to get through this. This shit doesn't last forever. But those people who make it a point that I'm going to win at the highest level, I'm going to use all my tools, all my resources, and the next 100 days will be the best 100 days of my life. It doesn't matter who's working against you. No one ever is. It's just the belief that you created along the way. But I'm going to tell you right now, if the market goes up, I'm winning. If the market goes down, I'm definitely winning. We get rich either way. Follow your plan. Oh man, I love that. Interview me like Oprah Winfrey would interview in order to get to know me at an intimate level. That is such a good one. And just keep giving information, keep giving information, keep giving information. Story also. Yep. Rebecca's reminding me of the old shoe salesman story. Right? There's two people and they're competing salesmen, and they tell their wife, "Baby, I'm gonna go sell some shoes. I'm gonna go to a new market. I'm not sure when I'm gonna see you again. I'll call you when I get there and things get going." They get to this new market and they realize nobody wears shoes in this market. After a couple of weeks, the first salesman calls them back. "Hey, baby, I'll be coming back soon." See, nobody even wears shoes in this market. There's no way I'm going to sell shoes. The other salesman calls his wife back and like, "I don't even know when I'm going to see you next. No one in this market wears shoes. I'm going to make a killing." And there's in every market, someone sees the opportunity. I see the opportunity as agents right now are looking for, they're looking to be part of a culture. They're looking to be where other pros are. They're looking to be, they're looking to level up. And EXP is where pros go to grow. And I've gotten to a spot right now where I've seen that happen so many times. It's become part of my identity. I believe that. Oh, it's okay for you to be at a different brokerage unless you're looking to grow. It's okay if you're a different brokerage unless you're a pro. But if you're a pro and you want to grow, this is the only place it's okay to be. It's why we have so many winners, top teams, top agents in the marketplace or with EXP, because they realize that they can be an entrepreneur inside of this opportunity. They can own their own business and get rid of the liability. They can have access to healthcare, stocks, rev share, all of these beautiful things. But most importantly, they're in a community that requires you to level up. And in that community, that's the only place I want to play. I don't want to sign up for the JV team. I want to be on the varsity team. I want to be the all-star team. Even if I'm the last player on the team, I want to be in that room that's going to make me it's going to shake me up and make me make a decision. I hope you make a decision today to go through and do this exercise called the curiosity chain. I hope that you ask your AI to Oprah Winfrey interview you on the questions it takes to be a top luxury agent or an agent that specializes in open houses or door knocking, and what skills do I need to have, and what resources should I do, and who should I collaborate in my own marketplace. Like, you'd be surprised. There's blogs be written. Like, you might connect with somebody at a different brokerage and say, "Hey, listen, I'm specializing in this. I see that you're also doing, hey, you mind if we have some coffee?" So build it, see, build it, see, build it, see, reward yourself, because you're going to hit this goal. You're going to go through this chain of curiosity. You're going to become a better expert. You're going to have daily productive activities every single day. Print it out. Well, like, too many of you guys will do things in your ChatGPT and just dies there. Print it out. Tell it to make you a colorful action plan that you can put on your thing. Ask it to make a spreadsheet so you can have a checklist of daily activities that you can check off every single day. You have a $1 million executive assistant that has every skill in the world to create for you. I hope you use it. I know I am. Make it a slide presentation. Like, there's so many cool things. I learned all things. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I took a spreadsheet and I was like, "Can you make a visual representation for me?" Done. That's the sound that I give my ChatGPT. Never starts doing that. And that usually means I'm going to be impressed. I'm going to have some money making opportunities there. Hey, you guys happen to be in Orlando and you are part of the Spanish community, we have Fiesta coming up this Wednesday at Celebration Title. It's what it sounds like. It's a fiesta. It's going to be some music. It's going to be some incredible speakers and good time to network and just have a great time. So if you're in the Orlando area, it's going to be a Celebration Title in downtown Orlando's Fiesta Day. Anybody else have anything you want to share? Fast Cap Espanol starting Wednesday. I got to tell you, I'm so impressed with Fast Cap in general. Like, to be honest with you, like the accountability results that they're getting right now, you'd be a fool not to implement half the ideas that they're doing right there. I don't care how seasoned you think you are. I'm impressed with the new agents and what they're doing right now. In fact, you know, I'm in awe of the skills that they have because they're just plugged in. They're plugged in. They're following the process and they're just doing things daily. Yes, sir. You can't do anything. You can't go to any event and not see Global Alliance peeps. Like we represent EXP. Like we are EXP Global Alliance. You guys should be very proud of that. All I want to do is see you guys level up. The next 100 days, earn your way on stage. Over the next 100 days, earn your way to a stage. Let's shout you out. Let's celebrate you. Tell me what you did. Like, don't be a stranger. Reach out to me on IG. Reach out to me by text message. Like, I'd love to celebrate somebody else's wins. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you did. Share your plan with me. Let's go out there and win. All right. If there's no more people brave enough, we're going to end right now. Give you guys time to register at buildetsea.com because you need the reward of this next 100 days. It's going to be tough. It's going to put you in a position to do different things. And I want to see you guys win. So plan your celebration. Buildetsea.com. All right. Emily, great to see you on the call. Jazz, always. Leslie, good to see you. By the way, Leslie, I think you're having your best month I've ever seen you have ever. Keep up that momentum. I see Collier's on here crushing it off the stage. He's about to do another Zoom on listings. We got just some killers out here. So go out there and make it happen. I want to see all you guys win. Take care well. Be well.